So you have this this transatlantic voyage. Depending on where you're embarking from and the winds, it could take anywhere from 5 to 10 weeks. During that time, mortality tended to be very high, probably between 15 and 20% of the total number of Africans who were loaded on ships that departed Africa did not survive the passage. That number tends over the course of the centuries of the slave trade to go down as people get better at it. They become more aware of what's necessary in terms of nutrition, for example, to keep captives alive. And they're determined to keep captives alive. I mean, one of the things is that they're not in the business of killing these people because these are extremely valuable commodities. It's a hard thing to say, but in fact, these human beings represent very valuable commodities. In the early centuries of the trade, it's probably well over a quarter. By the end of the trade, the late 18th century, it's getting perhaps down to 10%. The mortality spikes again in the very, very last years of the trade, the middle of the 19th century, when ships are, at this point, it's almost completely illegal anywhere in the world. And so what you basically have are criminals who are involved, and they will pack slave ships to the gills and try to make a passage across. And some of the mortality on those ships, again, would have been just appalling. But in all, that death would have been a daily visitor on a slave ship, and those be very careful inventories, so the loss would be recorded so that it could be figured in the profit and loss of the voyage, and then the bodies would have been thrown into the sea.